Okay guys, welcome to Market Services Enhancing Data Feature, and today we're going to talk of computer application 0 and still on ICT competence and digital lifestyle. But today we're going to consider one important thing: familiarization of desktop environment. Now this is going to teach us more about desktop environment. Remember the last time we talked about how we can connect our system. Now we have connected the system. The next thing to consider is the desktop environment, how to work with the desktop environment. And as we go further, we'll get acquainted to this. Stay tuned, stay updated, follow, like, share our YouTube channel. Thank you. Okay, now before we go straight talking about desktop environment, because I know whatever thing we to do on the desktop, we are actually going to use the mouse. And it's appropriate I explain some clicks on the mouse and what mouse look like. Here on my screen, the one on the left hand side is the cord mouse, and then the one on the right hand side is called the cordless mouse. Now they are of the same function, but difference is the technological approach. Now let's start with the cord mouse rather. Now the cord mouse works this way. It has an existing cord or cable that can be connected to a system, and as well, if you see, there is an indication showing the left click, and as well check by the right to see the right click. Now some people do mistaken things. I might say click, I might say right click. So if I say click, I'm actually talking about using the left click, but if I'm saying right click, I'm actually talking about using the right click. Okay, so now in this aspect, if I'm talking about click, now I'm talking about the left click, and I'm going to explain what these clicks are virtually used for and situation whereby you can apply this click. Now let me start with the left click. Now the left click helps you to execute a command. For example, I'm on a website browsing and I want to do something. Now the website will now indicate maybe click to view more, click to read more. Now in that scenario, I can use the left side. Once I click, it will pop up immediately. Or again, if you want to select a particular text or a particular object or picture, now you use the left click. Once you click the left, it will now highlight it and select it. Then other thing can follow. Again, on this click, there is what we call double click. Now double clicking also works in the left hand side. Now when you click it twice, it will now pop up and open something else for us. By the time we are on it, you're going to see how the left click and the right click works. Alright, and then the next one is the right click. Now we use the right click to explore some of the sub commands that are not seen. For example, I wanted to do something and that command is not necessary, it's not seen on the page. So if I do a right click, it's actually going to open up other commands that I can use or I can carry on with. So that's the difference between left click and the right click. Again, I said the left click helps you to select a particular object or text, and then the right click helps you to bring in more options that you are to be used or you are to use, sorry. So that's the difference. And then the one on my right hand side is the cordless mouse. The cordless mouse uses this one. You're seeing a charger here, and as well you're seeing a Bluetooth device here. Now it also has the same click to left and then the right click. Now the Bluetooth device is what helps to connect it since it's wireless or cordless. So when you slot in the Bluetooth device to your system, you on it and then it gets connected. So it now pops up and activates your mouse itself. And then, should in case you've been using it and maybe it's out of power, you can as well connect it to a power supply socket or whatever charger, and then you charge it using the charger. So the wireless mouse or the cordless mouse uses charger and that of the Bluetooth. Now if you observe on me, there's something I'm going to explain here, which is the scroll button. Now the scroll button, just as we were saying, the scroll button helps you to navigate from one point to another. Remember, I told you that mouse is a device that helps us to navigate from one point to another or helps us to select multiple things, or helps us to do a lot of tasks using a computer system. Remember, those applications or those files you're seeing on the system cannot be merely used except you use a mouse, or in some cases you're using a touch screen laptop whereby you can touch it with your hand and do other things. But basically, if it's not a touch screen laptop, the mouse could help and provide solution to that. So this button here, this button you're seeing is actually the scroll button. It's used to navigate from one point to another, one page to another, and so on with this. The difference between the cord mouse and the cordless mouse is that the cord mouse is connected to the system with cords. Meanwhile, the cordless mouse does not have cord. It's portable, can place it anywhere provided your Bluetooth device, which is this device, is connected to the system, and provided you always charge it using the charger. So that's the difference between this and this. So with this, we're going to use this mouse and then work on several things. Remember, our discussion today is basically on familiarization of desktop environment. That's how to be familiar with desktop environment, and as we go on, you see the beauty of it. Now let's move to our desktop page. This is my desktop page. Now on the desktop page, there are so many things to be found. One, we have the icons, we have the files, we have the folders, and so on and so forth and so on. Now when we talk of the icons are kind of software that has been installed. Now possibly you want to place it on the desktop page, making it an icon. An icon is a software actually that has been installed. So if I navigate through, this is my Visual Studio Code. It's an icon. Coming to typing master 11, it's also an icon. I'm seeing my recycle bin here, it's an icon, and also which other things an icon, but that is how an icon looks like. But when we talk of folders are kind of files in a carton color as it is here. It is a room. I use a room where files are stored. That's a folder. And then we have files, and the files we are seeing here, this is Microsoft Word, and then we have pictures, designs that we've done, and a lot of them. We have videos, we have folders too. Now the first thing we are going to do when you're new to a particular system, the first thing expected of you to do is to know how to create a folder. Now the question is, why are you creating this folder? You're creating this folder so that whatever work you're doing as a beginner, you save them there for reference purpose. And how do we do this now? Look at this case now. In this case, there are clicks. Now this is the click. If I ask you to click on any of these things here, I click. Now this is what click does. Click to select. If you observe, there is a selection within this region. That's what click does. If I select this other one, you see that now. Click. Now if I right click on this, you will now see that it will bring up other options. Now why is it bringing up this option? Possibly computer believe that maybe you wanted to do something else, but you're not getting it right, or you're not getting it, or what you actually look for is not being noted or showcased here. So when you use your right clicking option, right click helps to bring other options like open, edit, new, print. You will see rename and a lot of things, shortcuts, properties. Now properties, you're talking about the size of this document, when it was saved and how it was saved, the format of the document, and then you're saying open with, either you want to open it with something else or do a lot of things. You're saying send, either you want to send to a particular place, designated place in your desktop, or using a Bluetooth device, or you're sending to an external storage, which is a flash drive. And then you see compress, maybe the size is too much, you're compressing to an email or whatever thing you're doing. And then you also see the delete button. You don't want the file here, but you want to delete it, and then you just click on the delete button. And then you've seen the almighty copy. Maybe you want to copy it and paste somewhere else, you copy, and so on. So in essence, what I'm saying is that the right click button, just as I explained previously, the right click button helps you to view other hidden commands that is on a particular file. Remember, this is what you're going to see on any file I click on. Why? Because there are so many things I can use it for, depending on the file, depending on the file. If it's a picture, the first thing you're going to see, or you're going to see set as desktop background, do a lot of things, open, create a new video, and a lot of it. If it's a picture, just as this one. If a document, you're going to see rename, edit, all this kind of thing. So that's how it works. So the right click button helps to explore other sub commands. Meanwhile, the click button helps to select. Remember, I also explained something about double click. Are we together? I also explained something about double click. Now, double click helps to execute command. For example, this folder, I just selected the folder, and if I double click on it, now when you double click on a particular thing, it takes a while, and then after a while it will now open. Now the double clicking helps to open. Let me see what's inside this particular thing, or let me see what this file is all about. So that's what double clicking does. And then if you open a folder or a file, you go to see buttons like this. You're seeing this as a minimize button, you're seeing this as a maximize button, you're seeing this as a close button. So these are the three major buttons you're going to see by the right hand side, top right hand side of your any document you open that folder. Now we want to either minimize or we close this entirely, because you don't need it, you have to close it. Now look at this now. Remember, I told you something about this. So that's what the right click does, and that is the left click. Now let's go back to our desktop page, because we have a lot to cover up. Now remember, you were seeing series of options because I right clicked on a work document or a folder or a picture, but now I'm going to right click on a blank desktop page. When I mean blank desktop page, something of this nature. There is no picture within this region, there is no nothing, no icon, it is empty. So if I right click on this particular place as it's blank, now you're going to see other things here. This is where our major work of today will be like. Now, why are we doing all these things? So that you know how to set up other things in your desktop page and the rest of it. Okay, but before we come into this is your desktop page. You're seeing the desktop page environment. So when you have somebody go to your desktop, you have to see this desktop. It's not necessarily a desktop computer. They are calling it desktop computer because it's being placed on the desk. But when we're talking about desktop page or desktop environment in a computer system, whether you're using a laptop or you're using a desktop computer system, this is your desktop. The desktop page is that page that some files are saved, mostly icons, or in fact the recycle bin. It is not necessary that recycle bin or other files will be there. I can decide to empty my desktop page. But in essence, the desktop page of a computer system is that first page you will see when the computer system initializes or after booting. It's a desktop page you always see. So that's a desktop page. And then we want to do something similar. In the page we have tax bar. This is a tax bar. What you're seeing here is the tax bar. Why is it the tax bar? Because this is the bar in which whatever application you're using is being displayed. So for example, you walk into somewhere someone is using a computer system and you just check on the tax bar, you will see all the things that he is using. For example, using Microsoft PowerPoint, you see them here, and a lot of things. So this place is the tax bar, and now this tax bar can be customized. Why do I say so? I can decide to remove and decide to add. For example, this Facebook. If I right click on this Facebook here to load, and then you will see unpin from tax bar. Now when you see unpin from tax bar, it will go off from tax bar. And you can see this WhatsApp I can write, and then unpin from tax bar goes off. So that's what tax bar does. Now let's come to this interface. Now we get to this interface. I want to do a lot of things here. On the desktop page, you're seeing the view, you're seeing the sub, you're seeing the refresh. Now refresh a system is not let's say you refresh a system whenever you start up the system, so that the workforce will be maximized. Now I'll right click again, I come to view. Now when you see view, it comes with large icons, medium icons, small icons. Are you getting it now? Now all these icons, now when they come like this, the way you want the icons to be displayed, either you want it big, or you want it small, or you want it which way. My own setting is on medium because I don't like something that is big and I don't like something that is too small. So if I click on small, you see how tiny dots look like and scattered. Are you getting it? Now this is how it looks like. And then I'll go back again, click on view, and then medium. So it looks like now. And then I'll go back again, I click on view, take large icons. It's now become robust, very big. So this is how it looks like. So when you walk into a system and you're seeing icons very big like this, you don't need to panic. Maybe the user decided to set it that way, but as for me, I love it being on medium. Remember, when you want to explore this kind of command, you click on a blank page, not on a file or picture or folder. You right click on a blank page. Now I see on my view, I will now take medium. That's what I believe in. So now we are on medium, and the next thing we're going to consider under this same view is a sort by. Now what is this sort by all about? I want to arrange my folder. Maybe I'm sorting by name, sorting by size, I'm sorting by whatever I want to sort by, or date modified. Now sorting by name has to do with it's alphabetically. Sorting by size has to do with it will start based on the size from the biggest to the smallest, and then sorting it by type based on I want to sort it. Let folder be first, picture follows, Microsoft Word, Microsoft Excel, videos, icons, name them. That's by type. And then you're talking about date modified. I'm talking about the day I created that particular file. For example, I did a work, I'm doing a work for somebody and I save it just now. So I'm doing sort by date or date modified. Yes, it's going to start with the initial file I just finished editing, or folder I just finished creating. That's how sort by date work. And then if I see by name, you will see it there. R, and then we are starting with A, B, B, B. It comes to C, C, D, E, E, I. Because there's no F, just like that. And then I'm doing this sort by again. Let's say I'm sorting by size. Yes. Sorting by size. I'm sorting by size. You'll see that this first file is 67.8 megabytes. We check carefully, 67.8 megabyte. Then this last recycle bin here is this not display, but let's see any other one that displays. Let's see this one. Now the size is just 16.5, so that means it's lesser compared to the first file here. So that's how sort by size works. It starts with the biggest down to the lowest, and then we come to sort by again. Let's say we're doing it sort by item type. I told us that item type could be, I'm starting with a folder, and you could see that folder arranges. Leave recycle bin. Recycle bin can stay anywhere. So recycle bin is also a folder that's where deleted files are stored. So it starts with a folder, and number that it follows it, picture, word document, and before you are seeing my icons here, and then come to sort by again date modified. Now this date modified now comes in this aspect. I told us that it's going to start from the initial date. Look at this CV here. It was created yesterday, being the 8th of August 2025. Yes, day for yesterday, 8th of August 2025, and that's the newest file I've ever had. 8th of August 2025. That's when this file was created, 8th of August. And today we are 10th. Maybe if I do another work again, it will not be the first. But that's how sort by size is. Then if you have to check this ones here, you now see the date modified. This is 7th December 2024. That's last year. So it will arrange from this current one, this current year, till get to the last year. That's how sort by date modified works. Then refresh to refresh the system, but I like it to be sort by this my pattern, sort by item type, folder. I think I like it this way. Yes, exactly like this. Now I come to this part now. Say new. Now we create a folder. You click on new. There are so many options here, but we're going to consider just one, which is a folder. Remember, I told us that a folder, a package, a room where different files are saved. Whether you want to save a video or you want to save anything, that's work of a folder. In this case now, when you create a folder, automatically this blue line you're seeing, or this blue highlight, shows that yes, you can immediately name your folder. Let's say I'll name it my 001. Now this map is 001. I click on that side, so automatically this folder is being saved. So if I refresh now, let's see what happened here. I refresh. So this is the folder now, and then I come to sort by. You see what will happen now. And the movies, the folder I just created there is no longer here because I'm doing sort by item type. It's not finding itself by somewhere here. So now in this case now, if I actually want to perform another action on this folder, now I will now click on this folder. So if I click on this folder, it's explore other sub commands. Commands like open, commands like delete, commands like copy, command like properties. But now I want to rename. Maybe the name I use saving the folder is not the name I'm supposed to use. I have to click on name. Now I put in Destiny. Let's say I'm putting in Destiny now. Then I will now hit my enter button, or I will click outside. I prefer anyone. So folder successfully created. So this is the work of a folder. Now whatever thing I'm doing, I can now copy to that folder. For example, I want this. Okay, let me rename this folder to my business name. Rename is business name, architect services. So this is my business name, and this video is for me. This other video is for me too. So all I will do is to copy this video, click on the video, click on the shift key, click on the video, and then hold and click on another video. If you want to select your item and missed multiple items, you click on the one first, like this, click on first, hold down your country button and click on the next. It will go. Because if you use shift key, it's going to select everything. Now I can right click on this tool. Talking about using mouse now, right click, explore other sub commands, and then click on copy. Then you come to the folder, and then when you come to the folder, double click on the, you paste by clicking inside the folder, paste up. Now after a while, the video will be pasted there. That's how we transport files from a desktop page to a folder, or from anywhere to a folder. Remember, folders are a folder apps to safeguard or to store other documents. So this works. Now we are done creating a folder, and we've pasted our videos here. So the next thing we're going to do, is to see how we're going to change the desktop. So I will now go to my desktop again. I'll right click on the blank page. Remember, you want to do anything on the desktop page, you right click on the blank page. Come to personalize. I would advise you using personalize when you're working in a system that is directly your own. So if the system is actually your own, you use the personalize. The personalize option helps you to do other sub commands, editing and formatting of your desktop environment. So if you're a user of a particular system, then you're allowed to maybe use your personalize. But if you're not a user, maybe you're playing along the system. After a while, you set it back to the normal person. So there are a few things I'm going to do here. I'm going to change my desktop page. I'm going to change background. I'm going to do a lot of things. So now the first thing you're going to see when this pops up, you're going to see your recent wallpaper, and then computer will now suggest the one you're going to use, or maybe you're taking it from your drive or taking it from your device, your folder, or your storage. So that works. Now this one you've seen already, so let me start with these ones available here. Now for example, I want this to be, all I just need to do is to click on it, and after a while the effect will show on the desktop page. And how will you know that it has reflected? You only need to the desktop page here, you're saying it. So that's how it works. You're changing your desktop environment, desktop wallpaper. And you are seeing me working like this now. Maybe I'm using the alternate tab button on the keyboard, and then center, these are kind of alignment to do. Now you see this browse here. This browse is helping me to maybe check other pictures. Maybe what I want to use is not actually here. The browse option will help me to select that picture from anywhere. That's what the browse option does. Okay, here is it. Let's say I want to use any of this one. Let me say I want to use this picture. Now when I choose picture, automatically to come up. So if I go to my desktop page, you will see it there. Where is it? So I actually change it to choose. It's here. So that's how we navigate. Maybe I want to choose this one. I can also choose it, and I'm going to reflect, and then need to go to my desktop page. You see this here. So that's how it works. So basically, changing desktop background is actually the simplest work you can ever do. Again, see a picture here, or it's first going to new and then getting your desktop environment to be so much. You have to right click on this particular picture. This is a picture, and then when you right click on the picture, there are options. Remember I told us about clicking and then they click. And when this option pops up, you're going to see set as desktop background. Immediately, here is it there. Immediately after it loads, and then it will pop up. So that works. There are so many ways which you can change your desktop background, and a lot of it here. So there is actually it. Now let's come to here. Maybe this will be too big, and I want to set it up. And I'll come here, maybe center, fit, and the rest. So that's how it works. But let's work with this. This is actually my main background, and then with this, we don't change our desktop environment. So that's how it works. Again, now we're talking about the taskbar. Mostly when you boot up the system, you're using the taskbar here. So don't be surprised if you see your taskbar somewhere else. Let's say, let me show you something. So for example, you see my taskbar here. Then you're wondering how come. Now this is how it works. So when you have your taskbar, you need to look your taskbar. There's need to unlock it. Maybe I'm giving my system to children, and maybe they are using it to watch movie or to play. I actually need to lock my taskbar so they will not mistakenly move things around. Now this site works. If I right click on this taskbar, remember right clicking on the desktop environment is different from right clicking on the taskbar. So if I right click on the taskbar, this is what I'm going to see. I'm going to see that you can lock here. But you see the lock taskbar. So if I click on the lock, there's no way you are going to drag it. Remember, to drag is click and then you drag. but if it's unlocked, then virtually going to. Now remember, I removed Facebook and I removed WhatsApp from my WhatsApp PC, sorry, from my taskbar, but I want to put them back. I only need to search my Windows Start button. If I'm using this is my Windows Start button, or use the one on the keyboard. If I click on the Start button, it will load. Then I'll begin to search. I was looking for Facebook. Maybe this. After a while, Facebook will pop up, and then when it pops up here, you only need to right click. Right click. If I click on it here, it's going to explore a command maybe I want to use. Say now these are some of the commands I would like to use. Let's say pin to task, run as administrator, pin to task. So what we're considering now is pin to task. Now if I click on pin to task, you see that it's applied. I remove was WhatsApp. Right? If I click on WhatsApp, here is WhatsApp here. Now the same thing, pin to taskbar. Yeah. WhatsApp, pin to taskbar, and pin to it will now pop up here. So that's how it works. That's how this works. The taskbar helps to display whatever. So it's not necessarily everything you're seeing on the taskbar is what I'm running. I actually save them there, so I won't go through the stress searching for them. So that's what taskbar does, and then you can remove it too. So with this, I believe working with your desktop environment and doing a lot of things will be much more easier. Remember, click is different from right click. Right click helps to explore other functions, and then click helps to select or execute a command. Stay tuned, stay updated as we keep bringing up other computer issues. Remember, don't forget, like, comment, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Marketech Services. Also, you can drop your question, whatever question you want to ask related to this computer appreciation 3.0. I am Marvis Kiko, CEO, Marketech Services. You can reach out to me through this number or through my Gmail account. We are fully on ICT competence and digital lifestyle. And we're on computer appreciation. I think this is going to be the last course we're going to do on computer appreciation. Then we'll move to computer application. Stay tuned. Familiarization of desktop environment. Just keep updated. Bye bye.